In our modern world, we're told that success comes from technical skill, data, and expertise. But what if that's only a small part of the story? What if the single greatest factor in your success, your happiness, and your earning power has nothing to do with your knowledge and everything to do with how you interact with other people? Decades ago, research from the Carnegie Institute of Technology revealed a startling fact. Even in technical fields like engineering, about 15% of one's financial success is due to technical knowledge, while a staggering 85% is due to skill in human engineering, the ability to lead people and arouse enthusiasm.
For nearly a century, one book has served as the definitive, practical guide to mastering that 85%. Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People has sold over 15 million copies for one simple reason: its principles work. This book wasn't written in an ivory tower. It grew out of a real-world laboratory of human relationships, tested by thousands of adults in Carnegie's business courses. It is an action book, designed not just to be read, but to be lived. In this deep dive, we will explore the timeless wisdom of Dale Carnegie, breaking down the 4 parts of his masterwork to give you the tools to revolutionize your relationships and your life.
The first part of the book lays down 3 foundational rules. The first is perhaps the most difficult, yet the most important. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Carnegie argues that criticism is futile because it puts a person on the defensive and wounds their precious pride, arousing resentment instead of creating change. He proves this with stark examples. Notorious criminals like Two-Gun Crowley and Al Capone never blamed themselves for their actions. Crowley, the cop killer, wrote from his hideout, "Under my coat is a weary heart, but a kind one that would do nobody any harm." If men behind prison walls don't blame themselves, what about the people you and I meet every day? As the great psychologist B.F. Skinner proved, people learn far more effectively when rewarded for good behavior than when punished for bad. Criticisms are like homing pigeons. They always return home.
So if criticism doesn't work, what does? This leads to the second principle. Give honest and sincere appreciation. Carnegie quotes William James, who said, "The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated." This isn't about cheap flattery, which is insincere, selfish, and easily spotted. This is about genuine recognition. Charles Schwab, one of the first American businessmen to earn a $1 million salary, claimed his greatest asset was his ability to arouse enthusiasm. His secret? "I am anxious to praise, but loath to find fault," he said. "If I like anything, I am hearty in my approbation and lavish in my praise." We provide our families and employees with food and shelter, but we often let them go for weeks without the sincere appreciation they crave just as much as food. The third fundamental technique is to arouse in the other person an eager want. Carnegie explains with a simple analogy. When he goes fishing, he doesn't bait the hook with the strawberries and cream that he loves. He baits it with a worm, which is what the fish wants. The only way on earth to influence other people is to talk about what they want and show them how to get it. Henry Ford said the secret to success lies in the ability to get the other person's point of view and see things from their angle as well as your own. Before you try to persuade someone, pause and ask yourself, how can I make this person want to do it? Part 2 gives us 6 practical ways to become more likable. The first is to become genuinely interested in other people. You can make more friends in 2 months by being interested in them than in 2 years by trying to get them interested in you. The second principle is simple. Smile. A real, heartwarming smile says, "I like you, you make me happy," and is one of the most powerful tools for making a good first impression. Third, remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Andrew Carnegie built a steel empire by understanding this, even naming a massive steel mill after a potential customer, J. Edgar Thompson.
The fourth way is to be a good listener and encourage others to talk about themselves. As former Harvard President Charles Eliot said, exclusive attention to the person who is speaking to you is very important. Nothing else is so flattering as that. The fifth principle builds on this. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. Theodore Roosevelt would famously stay up late reading about the specific interests of his next day's visitors, ensuring he could connect with them on what they treasured most. Finally, the sixth principle summarizes the spirit of them all. Make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. This is the golden rule in action. Give unto others what you would have others give unto you.
Part 3. How to win people to your way of thinking. Part 3 is a masterclass in persuasion. The first rule is paradoxical. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. You can't win because if you lose, you lose. And if you win, you've made the other person feel inferior and hurt their pride, so you've lost their goodwill. Building on this, the second principle is to show respect for the other person's opinions and never say, "You're wrong." That's a direct challenge that invites conflict. Instead, use phrases like, "Well, I thought otherwise, but I may be wrong. Let's examine the facts." And if you are wrong, follow the third principle. Admit it quickly and emphatically. This courage clears the air and often makes the other person more generous.
To be persuasive, you must first be seen as a friend. That's why Principle 4 is to begin in a friendly way. As the fable of the sun and the wind teaches, gentleness and friendliness are always stronger than fury and force. Then, use the Socratic method and get the other person saying yes, yes, immediately. This creates a psychological momentum of agreement. Once you've created a friendly atmosphere, let the other person do a great deal of the talking. And as they talk, try honestly to see things from their point of view. By being sympathetic to their ideas and desires, you can neutralize hostility. Finally, a master persuader will let the other person feel that the idea is his or hers. People have more faith in ideas they feel they created.
Part 4. Be a leader, changing people. The final part of the book is for leaders, and that means anyone who needs to change attitudes or behavior, whether you're a manager, a parent, or a friend. The first rule of effective leadership is to begin with praise and honest appreciation. It's like a barber lathering a man's face before he shaves. It makes the process smoother. Then, call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. One of the best ways to do this is to talk about your own mistakes first. It's much easier for someone to hear their faults after you've humbly admitted your own.
A great leader empowers their people. Instead of giving direct orders, ask questions. This makes people feel part of the decision. And no matter what, let the other person save face. Hurting someone's dignity is a crime. To motivate people, follow two key principles. Praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. Abilities blossom under encouragement. And give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. People will make incredible efforts to embody the virtues you attribute to them. Finally, use encouragement and make the fault seem easy to correct. A great leader empowers their people. Instead of giving direct orders, ask questions. This makes people feel part of the decision. And no matter what, let the other person save face. Hurting someone's dignity is a crime. To motivate people, follow two key principles. Praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. Abilities blossom under encouragement. And give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. People will make incredible efforts to embody the virtues you attribute to them. Finally, use encouragement
and make the fault seem easy to correct. The timeless principles of how to win friends and influence people are not a bag of tricks. They are, as Carnegie said, a new way of life. They are rooted in a deep respect for others and a genuine desire to bring out the best in them. By shifting your focus from what you want to what others want, by replacing criticism with appreciation, and by leading with humility and encouragement, you will master the 85% of success that has nothing to do with technical skill and everything to do with people. You will not only win friends and influence people, you will build a life of greater success, deeper meaning, and constant happiness.